The holiday season is upon us, but do you know what games you need to take to the family gathering or to your social event? This top 10 list will help you pack all the games you'll need to keep even the grouchiest of friends or family members entertained and engaged. Thanks for checking out Legendary Tactics. Like a fisherman with a tackle box of lures, you need to go into family get-togethers with the right tools for the job. Those tools are your board games. Our goal today will be to hook and reel your family and friends into your board gaming bliss. This video will help you pick the right game for the right group of people. Number 10, the party game. First, you'll need a game that 10 or more people can play. It has to be family friendly in case the kids are still running around. It's even better if this game can be played with adults and kids. The one that is a hit every time I pull it out with my extended family is Telestrations, the party pack that gives you 12 different booklets to draw in. It's like the game Telephone that you used to play as a kid, but with drawings. Really, really terrible ones. Number 9, games you can play with your mom or your grandma. If you want a game that plays well with the older generations, you've got a few options. Scrabble and Rummy Cub or Rummy Cube, depending on where you're from, are always fun. But one that's even better is Sequence. You can get it at your local department store. It's cheap and it will look familiar to non-gamers with its playing card board, Connect 4 style goal, and a little bit of luck involved with the card draw. It's a light game that plays well with 4. Number 8, the person who loves to go to bed early. To keep this person engaged, you need a real banger, the kind of a game that even the grumpiest of early birds can sink their teeth into. This needs to be a bonding game that will make memories and keep that person up way longer than they intended. The game you should try is No Thanks. It's simple and engaging. Like golf, your goal is to end up with the lowest number of points by avoiding the high cards, using your chips and making runs. If you run out of chips though, you'll find yourself in trouble. I suggest pairing this with drinks and snacks to ensure you hook your would-be gamer. Another game that might work well in this slot is Codenames. If you haven't subscribed to our channel yet, please consider joining now. We've got plenty of other top 10 board game lists that you might want to check out. On to number 7. Number 7 is a game you can play with lazy people just sitting on the couch. Every party has them. The people who want to eat and drink and not leave the comfort of their warm couch. One game that doesn't have a lot of replayability in my opinion, but that does seem to get a ton of laughs on the first few plays with any group is Cards Against Humanity. It plays from 4 to 30 players. If you want a PG version, the Family Edition is quite good too. Get ready to get into some awkward and possibly taboo subjects though. Number 6, a game for the younger generation who you want to impress with how cool you are. If you're tired of Cards Against Humanity but you still desperately want to show the younger generation how hip you are, try Trial by Trolley. It's an ethics game based on the trolley car dilemma, where you stack would-be victims onto 2 different tracks and force the conductor to make a really hard choice about who to murder. This one does have a decent replayability value. Number 5, the kids who just won't go to bed because they're hopped up on sugar and anticipation. For this category, you need a nice, easy game that doesn't take long to play but tires their little brains out. Sushi Go Party might be just what you're after. Make a menu, pass and draft cards, and score points for the best meal. My Little Scythe is another great choice here. It's a more accessible version of Stonemeyer's full game, Scythe. Number 4, the Everyone is Tired option. If people are running out of gas, you'll need a game with low rules overhead to keep them up. If you want a dead easy game, try Love Letter. Each player gets 2 cards and plays one of them, following the instruction on the card. If it's Christmas, then Letters to Santa is the game with a festive theme. If you want to offer a much better game, one that's much more fun but also easy to learn, is Coup. Such a great choice. It's a bluffing game where players manipulate each other into knocking each other out. If you've played and want to recommend any great games in any of these categories, please add your thoughts in the comments and stab the like button if you're getting value from this. Number 3, a game to play with another couple. If you're down to just 2 couples left at your party, don't worry, there's still some great options for 4 people. In some of my other videos I've recommended Splendor, so I'll try something different in this video. For about $15 at Walmart, you can pick up the game Push Your Luck. You score points by taking more and more risks. Go too far and you'll lose all of your points. Another game experiencing a renaissance lately is Catan. It plays really well with couples. However, if the other couple is up for something a little heavier, I would suggest the game Viticulture. It's a worker placement game where you craft wine. Incidentally, this is also a nice time to crack out an actual beverage. This game plays well, and it has a great finish. Number 2, your hardcore cousin or in-law who's as much of a gaming nerd as you are. We're talking about the serious gamer here. This game is one that should play well with just 2 players. It needs to have copious amounts of strategy, and it should avoid luck as much as possible. This is the game you've been waiting to play all year, but there are only so many people who will oblige. A few games come to mind here: Battleline, Android Netrunner, Twilight Struggle, Root, and Race for the Galaxy. A lighter game that plays well with 2 players is Seven Wonders Duel. However, this option is a game that is not meant to be light, so my pick here is Gloomhaven, or if you're watching this video in the future, maybe Frosthaven. They're the kind of dungeon crawlers that you can play all night and not realize it's morning, and they have a healthy amount of tactical play and exploration built in. Number 1, a solo game that you can play even when everyone else has gone to bed, or a co-op game. If you find yourself alone, then it's time for the single-player game. Robinson Crusoe is a great choice, and so is The Captain is Dead. Both can be played co-op too if someone else wakes up suddenly and returns to the table. The Captain is Dead is a blast, and you try to save your failing ship from alien attack. But the game I'll be cracking out this year when it's down to just me is Horrified. It's great for people who love classic horror. You can start nice and easy and amp up the difficulty level as you begin to master the game. Happy gaming, thanks so much for your time, and if you're just looking for a nice game to ogle at, check out my list of the top 10 most beautiful board games. Here's the link.